Namaste and welcome to today's practice. My name is Eleanor and I'm going to be your guide today. And today we're going to do a gentle Hatha Yoga practice for mobility in the joints. And it's going to be like a gentle summer breeze through your body to help decrease stiffness and increase our mobility. And our breath is going to be our guide for today. And when we go through these different mobility practices, you might hear a small pop in your joints. And that's fine, that's great. If you get one pop, it's just a gas bubble in your joint fluid that is releasing and relieve you from pressure. So that's really, really good. But if you do these exercises and you hear a constant pop in the same location, the same joint is popping over and over again, then I advise you to take a step back and not do that exercise or try to adjust it so that you don't get that constant pop. Because then it's not a gas bubble releasing, it can be bones or tissue that is creating friction against each other. So try to avoid that, and any pain you should be avoiding as well. Yes, so let's begin our practice by finding a comfortable seat. Close down your eyes for a moment and just place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Feel the breath moving in and out through your body. Notice how your chest and belly expand when you inhale, and how everything collapses towards the midline as you exhale. Take another deeper breath in. Hold your breath for a moment. And exhale fully. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And fully exhale. And then come back to your normal breath. You can keep your hands on your body. And just notice what your breath feels like when you're not trying to adjust it. Is it fast or slow? Deep or shallow? And just notice. Because your breath is going to be your guide as we go through these different movements. And you can take 3 more conscious breaths here. And then release your hands down into your lap. And we're going to start by bringing some movement to the neck. So from here you can lean your head over towards your right shoulder, like you were trying to listen to your right shoulder. And as you exhale, you drop the head forward in a half circle towards your chest and over to the left shoulder. And as you inhale, gently move the head back in a small half circle to go back to the right shoulder. So it will be 1 circle per breath. And the neck can be a little bit fragile, so be careful not to go too far back with your head. You don't want to strain when you do this exercise. And the head is heavy, so if you go too far back, you will lose control of the movement. So maybe do a smaller circle to begin with. Nice and slow. Make sure that your back is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, and it's only the head that is moving. And your awareness can be on your neck, and notice how the stretch is moving from the side to the back, to the opposite side and to the front of the neck. Following the rhythm of your own breath, and in the middle of your next exhale, stop and change direction. So still moving in a circle backwards as you inhale and dropping the head forward as you exhale. And you know the movement already, you don't have to look at me and try to copy. You listen to your own breath, and just as you inhale, circle the head back. Just as you exhale, circle the head forward. Beautiful. Middle of your next exhale, you can stop. Chin towards the chest. And on your next inhale, straighten the neck, point the nose forward, and come back to neutral. Beautiful. From here, extend your arms out in front. If you need to change your seated position, just go ahead and do that. And close both your hands with a thumb inside of your hand and wrap all of the other fingers around the thumb. And from here, I want you to imagine that you're balancing a bottle of kombucha on the back of your hand, and you don't want to drop it. And you're going to start with your right hand to draw a circle with your middle finger knuckle. So you can imagine a pen sticking out right out from your middle finger knuckle, and you try to draw a small circle with that knuckle, and the kombucha bottle is balancing on the back of your hand. Try to synchronize it with your breath, so the circle goes up as you inhale, down as you exhale. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, even if they're straightened out. Close your eyes and focus on the stretch in your wrist. Beautiful, let's go the other way. Small, tiny circles. Remember the bowl, don't flip the back of the hand outwards or inwards or forward, and you're going to drop the bottle. The spine is nice and straight. Let's do one more circle with the right hand. Nice, and then we're switching to the left side, so when you inhale, circle up. When you exhale, you circle down. So it's one circle per breath. Don't drop the bottle. And let's go the other way. Keep hugging your thumb and feel the stretch inside of your wrist. You might get that nice single pop. The gas in your joint fluid releasing, that's good. If you keep getting the same pop over and over again, try to make a smaller circle or a different shape as you go around. Beautiful, one more circle. And release your arms down. And just shake your shoulders out a little bit. Maybe shake the arms out as well. And just one more for our wrists. You can interlace your fingers and then bring your elbows out to the sides and then make a wave motion with your hands and wrists. Just breathing in your normal pace. One more, and then release your hands down, shake them out. And you're welcome to come over onto hands and knees. We're going into cat-cow position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And when you inhale, you bend the back down, open the chest, point the nose forward. And as you exhale, you round the back and tuck the tailbone under. And really try to see your spine as a wave. You can imagine starting this movement from your tailbone. So as you start to inhale, you start to lift the tailbone up. Feel the belly dropping, chest opening, and when you exhale, you start to tuck the tailbone down and the wave goes all the way to your neck and the head drops down. Beautiful, keep going. Nice and slow. Do this movement a little bit slower than you think. And try to be really present. Watching that wave motion in your spine. And synchronize it with your own breath. And let's do last one. One cat, one cow. And then find your way to a neutral spine. So somewhere in between those two movements. And we're going to continue with mobility in the hips. And for this exercise, you can just walk the hands in front a little bit to give some more space for your hips. Then walk your knees together. And from here, we're going to do a big circle with the hips. So you can go backwards a little bit, circle the hip out to the side, and then you shift the weight forward and drop the hip down towards your mat. And then out to the other side, go back. Yes, and it's one circle per breath here as well. So you go back, you can go over to the left side of the mat. As you exhale, you drop the hip down, go over to the right side, go back as you inhale, and release the hip down as you exhale. And you can, if you don't have any lower back injury or recent hip injury, you can do a stronger breath out and really release the hip when you go down, if you want. But it's optional, only if it feels good. And let's do the other side. So go towards the right and then drop down. Inhale, go back. Exhale, drop down. Nice, let's do one more. And then we'll meet in child's pose. So sit back onto your heels. Bow your upper body forward and down. And take a couple of breaths here. And now walk your hands towards you to come up to sitting. Then join the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. And if you want a bit of a challenge, you can join me to come up to standing from here. So come up onto your knees first, then tuck your toes. See if you can come into a squat by placing your heels down and lifting your knees off the ground. And then press your feet into the mat, come all the way up to standing. And release your arms down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. And from here, shift your weight into your left foot and hug your right knee in towards the chest. Open your eyes, find a drishti, a focus point where you can have your gaze, so you notice if you start to lose your balance. It's much harder to balance if you keep your eyes closed. And now we're going to do circles with the ankle, the foot. So when you inhale, you circle the foot up. And when you exhale, you circle the foot down. So inhale, the foot goes up. Exhale, the foot goes down. And this one can be really tricky to do slowly. We always want to do this in a rush. So try to slow down. Try to do it in the rhythm of your own breath. If it's too much to hug the knee, you can keep your toes touching the ground and do it here as well. So just adjust it to your body. And let's go the other way. Moving to the rhythm of your own breath. Beautiful. Now release the foot down. Tadasana, mountain pose. Then shift the weight over to your right foot and hug the left knee in. First find your drishti, your focus point. And when you feel somewhat stable here, you can start to circle the foot up on the inhale and down on the exhale. One circle per breath. Keep it nice and slow. Focus on your breath and the feeling in your foot. Maybe you get a nice single pop. And let's go the other way. A little bit slower than you think. So easy to start to rush. And let's do one more. And then release back into Tadasana. Arms down by your sides. And now we're going to focus on our shoulders, and we're going to start by rolling them forward. So that's like the direction you usually don't roll them if you want to roll them back. So if you follow me, you bring your shoulders up towards your ears and forward as you inhale. And then you bring them down towards the mat and backwards as you exhale. So that's up towards your ears and forward when you inhale, and down towards the mat and back as you exhale. You can try that a couple of times on your own. If you know the movement, you can close down your eyes. Try to keep even weight on both your feet and not too much weight in the front or the back of the foot as well. And if it's uncomfortable or painful, or maybe you get that repeated pop somewhere, you can do a smaller circle as well. And let's go the other way. Up and back as you inhale, and down and forward as you exhale. Lubricating the joints of the shoulders. And one last one. Coming back into Tadasana, mountain pose. And now you're welcome to lay down on your back, on your yoga mat. So just stretch out your legs and lay all the way down onto your back. Then from here, hug both your knees in towards the chest. And start to make slow circles with both your knees, holding down with your hands and massaging the lower back towards the ground. If this brings you any discomfort in the back, then try to do a smaller circle. Or if it's not available to you to do these circles, you can just rock from side to side as well. But if it feels good for you, do the circling movement with both your knees together. Let them go in the same direction. And just like the other exercises we did, one circle per breath. Up with the knees when you inhale and down towards the chest as you exhale. And let's go the other way. Feeling that gentle summer breeze, softening the hips and the lower back. Let's do one more circle. And then stay in the middle, give yourself a big hug. And then extend your legs out for Shavasana. Maybe cover yourself with a blanket or place something to cover your eyes. Let your arms rest by your sides away from the body and let the feet naturally fall out towards either side. And you might want to tuck your shoulder blades in underneath you so that the shoulders move away from your ears. If you haven't already, you can close your eyes. And for the next few minutes, just let the body become completely still. deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can gently start to wake the body up by moving your fingers and toes, circling your wrists and feet. And on your next inhale, reach your arms overhead, have a good stretch. Maybe yawn. And then hug your knees in towards the chest, or rock from side to side. And then slowly roll over to your right. And maybe make a pillow out of your hands here. And when you're ready, you can make your way up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice. So just close your eyes, check in with yourself and your body. And hopefully you'll bring this gentle summer breeze with you throughout your day. Let's bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. And to thank ourselves and each other for today's practice, we say namaste.